After Jesus' ascension, his disciples preached the gospel in obedience of his commands, making disciples of all nations. The Great Commission has been in operation for almost 2,000 years now. Generations may come and go, but the Lord's commission remains the same. By the power of the Holy Spirit, the gospel spread first in Jerusalem and then beyond the city. By the 3rd century, churches had been planted in Greece, Italy, North Africa, and the Mediterranean coasts. The church grew rapidly and reached Western and Northern Europe by the 8th century. In the early 16th century, the Reformation that was initiated in Germany not only transformed the face of Christianity, but also influenced the economy, politics, and education system in Europe. Until the 20th century, Christianity could be considered one of the cohesive factors of European countries. European theology, in fact, influenced Christianity worldwide. The 2015 global mission data shows that of the 7.3 billion people in the world, 2.4 billion claim to be Christian, making Christianity the largest religion in the world. Presently, the European continent may still have a Christian majority. However, from the second half of the 20th century, due to the impact of materialism and secularism, quite a few European nations have drifted away from their Christian faith. The Daily Telegraph of London reported that all the established Christian denominations, be it the Church of England, the Roman Catholic Church, the Methodist Church, or the United Reformed Church, have been on a long-term decline. Various surveys and reports indicated that only 17% of the Scots believed in the Bible. Only 2% of the British attended Sunday worship services. 72% of the Dutch did not belong to any religion. More and more Germans have turned to sorcery and esoteric knowledge for help, hoping to find spiritual comfort. Because of diminishing membership, many churches were forced to close down in postmodern Europe. Some were converted into mosques, mansions, bars, and others. Moreover, European nations struggle with issues such as low birth rate, overdependence on social welfare, and an aging population. This is further compounded by the huge influx of Muslim immigrants and the threat of terrorism in their society. All these factors contribute toward the erosion of the European religious and cultural infrastructures. Over the ages, people have turned from the modern culture, which exalts science and humanism, to embrace the postmodern culture, which seeks to reject modernism and deconstruct modern structures. The interactive impact of these two cultures constitutes a severe test for the Christian theology, Christian worldview, and Christian faith in contemporary Europe. During this epoch-making, it was man who determined what was worth believing and what was not in the Bible, thus divesting God of his sovereignty. By upholding their stance of de-absolutization, postmodernists oppose absolute truth, questioning the authority of the Bible and the one true God. At the same time, they deny the universality of historical truths, seeking to shake the historical foundation of Christianity, including the truths regarding the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In a world controlled by the new media, network information which casts doubt on the value of the Christian faith is easily accessible. Without a standard of truth, believers are unable to discern truth from falsehood. Hence, they are unconsciously influenced by postmodernist thinking. Living in an environment that advocates utilitarianism, many believers have failed to consider the depth of their life in their pursuit of quality life, losing even their ability to discern spiritual things. In fact, many young people believe that the Bible is quite outdated. While European churches may be on the decline, what is comforting is that some churches that emphasize exegesis and discipleship training are able to attract young people and enjoy steady growth. Over the last few decades, there have been signs of revival among the Chinese churches in Europe. About 200 Chinese churches, fellowship, and Bible study groups have been established. The varied phenomena of postmodern Europe serve as a reminder to us that the Christian faith needs revival and a return to the fundamentals of the Bible. To counter the diverse value concepts of relativism, the uniqueness of the Bible needs to be reaffirmed. It is only through the redemption of the cross that we can be reconciled with God, the author and finisher of our faith, and regain the meaning and value of our lives. With the spread of these postmodern forces, how should the church of today return to the truth of the Bible? How can the church handle the challenges faced in pastoral care, mission strategies, and theological education? Over the last 2,000 years, Christ's disciples have relied on the Holy Spirit and remained faithful to the testimony of Jesus Christ. How can we be encouraged to emulate them in working against the flow and doing our utmost to carry out the Great Commission?